Welcome to Choose Spirit Now, your tool for spiritual awakening. I'm Ginger Dunaway, and I want to thank you for tuning into this guided meditation, which is all about simply sitting and breathing. This particular meditation will help you get acquainted with my particular style of guided meditations so that once you feel comfortable, you can then choose from any of my meditations depending on what you are in need of that day. You will notice that each of my meditations are named for the intention that we are setting during that particular meditation. Before we begin, I want to express my gratitude to you for allowing Choose Spirit Now to be your tool for living life fully awake. Let me say initially that not all guided meditations are alike, but for mine, I have a pretty consistent outline that I like to follow, which is what I will be sharing here. This is for students to get comfortable with these guided meditations and for teachers to follow if they need a clear outline for their own teaching. We will actually go into a meditation here with this one, so hang tight while I give you some helpful tips. When you first begin learning seated meditation, you realize how difficult simply sitting and breathing can be. The more you practice, the easier it gets. Most of us are so used to sitting in chairs with our backs leaning against the back of the chair. While this seems quite comfortable, it can wreak havoc on our bodies over time. Our abdominal muscles weaken because they no longer need to support us in a seated position. This throws off our posture and inhibits the energy of the body from moving most efficiently. Seated meditation helps to strengthen the abdominals again, as well as setting the body up as a more efficient vessel for the energy that flows through it. If you are starting with a particular weak body, you can always sit as long as you can and then lay down for the remainder of the meditation. Or you can lay down the entire time if the body is too weak to sit at all. For some, the discomforts of sitting in meditation can be moved through by focusing the mind and shifting into that meditative state. For others, it may be more beneficial to go ahead and lay down when it gets to be too uncomfortable. So take a moment to be kind to yourself and know that you can shift out of the seated position if it becomes too much for you. Whenever you are listening to any of my guided meditations, I would rather you be comfortable so that you can tune into the guidance before dropping into full meditation. We will begin with the posture guidance. The posture guidance is not just important to help you get the body into alignment. Paying attention to the details of the pose also helps to focus the mind on something more than just its habitual ways of thinking, analyzing, and stressing. So the posture guidance is the first step in leading us out of the ego mind and into the meditative state. In my particular meditations, the posture guidance will be followed by setting 2 intentions for the practice. This enables each meditation to focus on the main goal of yoga, which is experiencing our truest nature as spirit, as all connected and united, as well as a lesser goal that we are possibly needing help with in life. After setting our intentions, we will layer the posture guidance with breath work. Breath work is focusing on and manipulating the breath. And then we will stay in the space that the breath work will lead us into for as long as we would like. Again, the breath work helps to focus the mind on something that we're doing. So just like the posture guidance helps to focus the mind, the breath work also helps to focus the mind too. And again, get it out of that ego mind, those habitual ways of thinking and analyzing. Once you begin the breath work, then you will have the chance to pause the meditation and sit with it as long as you'd like. Once you are ready to come out of meditation or come out naturally, then you can play the remainder of the meditation and listen to the closing. The closing reminds you of the intention set at the beginning of practice. It gives you a moment to express gratitude for your life, and it also leaves you on a positive note to take out into the rest of your day. So let's begin this meditation, and we'll begin with the posture guidance. take a moment to sit nice and tall, whether you're sitting in a chair or sitting in cross-legged, half lotus, or full lotus position. You can also lay down for this meditation. Remember, you can always start in seated position and then lie down later if needed. When lying down, you'll come into Shavasana pose or relaxation pose, in which you lie down flat on your back on the floor on a mat or a blanket. Try and lie down without using pillows for support. If you find that you need a pillow under the knees, then go ahead and take it. If you need neck support, try and roll a towel under the neck rather than use a pillow for the entire head. This keeps the spine in better alignment. Grab a blanket so you won't get cold. Take the arms about 6 to 10 inches from the body, palms facing up in a receiving gesture. Now, whether you are seated or lying down, close your eyes or soften your gaze. And allow this to be symbolic of you turning your focus inward. Turning your focus away from the distractions, away from the external, and tuning into yourself for the moment. If you're seated, take a moment to really focus on your posture. Draw your awareness to your pelvis. Try and get your pelvis in a nice neutral position rather than tilted forward, causing an arch in your lower back, or tilted back, causing your lower back to be rounded. Once the pelvis feels neutral, draw your awareness up the lower back, mid-back, upper back. Feel the abdominals working to help support the back as the entire torso lengthens towards the sky. Allow the spine to shift and make micro adjustments until you feel as if the head is perfectly balanced on the neck. Until you feel that there is little or no effort going on in the neck as the head rests perfectly balanced. Relax your shoulders, relax your face. Feel the space between the eyebrows melting and relaxing. Take the palms face up on your lap or on your knees in a receiving gesture, just as you would in Shavasana, the lying down pose. This is symbolic of staying open to your inner guidance, your higher self speaking to you. Now let's set an intention for this practice. Let's set an intention to tune into the highest goal of yoga, which is to remember that we are more than these bodies, more than these minds, that we are in our truest nature, spirit, whole, perfect, and eternal. We will also set another intention to actually experience our spirit as peace, contentment, and joy. An intention to experience spirit through this meditation as the body drops away, as the mind drops away, and we are left in this experience of something more, peace, contentment, and joy. As you continue to sit nice and tall, take the focus to your breath. Breath moving in, breath moving out. See if you can deepen the breath. Keep the postural muscles working in the abdomen and torso to keep you sitting nice and tall. But relax the rest of the belly to see if you can take a nice deep breath down into the lungs. With the exhale, exhale completely And then use the abdominal muscles to press the remaining air out until you feel completely empty of air, ready for your next relaxed, full, deep breath. As the breath moves in again, remember to soften in the belly to allow that breath to move in deep into the lungs. And again, as that breath moves out, use the abdominals to press the air out in preparation for the next breath in. With each focused inhale, imagine breathing in peace. With each focused exhale, imagine breathing out fear. What you are looking for in meditation is to focus the mind on something, whether it's the breath, your posture, or even a particular mantra. Once you get good at the practice, you will notice that at some point the mind seems to drop out completely. This is the meditative state you are going for. It's hard to put words to because the mind has let go of control at this point, but it is a very relaxing, restorative space for the body and mind to rest in for a while. When you come out, you will feel refreshed, peaceful, and very much alive. So this is a good time to pause the recording if you like and continue with the posture, with the breath work, with the meditation until you feel you are ready to close the practice. In closing, feel the inner peace and contentment from simply sitting and breathing. Feel the openness and clarity that comes from having an experience of spirit as you get quiet and tune into your highest self. Now take a moment for gratitude. Gratitude for your life, the seemingly good, the seemingly bad, but gratitude for every moment of this life that you are so fortunate to have for as long as you are meant to have it. Gratitude for being open enough to be tuned into your guidance that is leading you to live this life fully and completely awake. Namaste. The light in me is the light in you. We are all connected. Namaste. If you would like to be a part of sharing this message, sharing this tool for living life fully awake, then share this meditation through Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, and let's keep ourselves moving toward a more awakened people. This is Ginger Dunaway with Choose Spirit Now, your tool for spiritual awakening. Have a wonderful day living life fully awake.